opinion, Fila, when is it appropriate to stay to work through it? What does that even look like, if that makes sense?
So I appreciate the passion that the sister had and that she expressed, but being the loudest in the room doesn't necessarily mean you're the most informed, right? And so there were a lot of things in her stance that were problematic for me. The idea that, like you're saying, the idea that anyone who comes to me needs to have it all together, right, and needs to be the epitome of wholeness is extremely problematic because it does negate the fact that there are aspects of yourself that you cannot learn on your own. You have to be in connection and in relationship with another person in order to even see certain aspects of yourself. So you may think you're whole, you may think you're healed, you may appear and present healed and whole, but then when you get into the relationship, the nature of that relationship is going to provoke things in you that could not previously be provoked. Exactly. So when we're coming together, it is our job to provoke one another, to see ourselves in a new way, to grow deeper, to elevate, to heal. So seeing a semblance of humanity in another person is not a negative. It's not a bad thing. We have to allow each other space to be flawed so that we can begin to alleviate those flaws, to resolve those flaws, to heal that trauma. However, when you're in a position and a state with someone and you recognize that you're the only one doing the heavy lifting, that they are not making an attempt, making an effort, they're not being consistent in their walk towards progress, that's when you ask yourself, do I really want to be here? And one of the other things she said that I take issue with is the fact that when she said, I'm paraphrasing, but I'm not responsible for any problems that were here before me. No, absolutely you are. If the generation before us wasn't able to solve it and resolve it, it becomes our responsibility, because if we don't solve it and resolve it, it will be laid on the next generation. Absolutely. So taking out the idea that of this individualism, this is one of the things that plagues us in the Black community. Yes, we get to be individual in nature in some areas, but this work is not just about you. It's about the collective. It's about the community. It's about the whole. So recognizing that part of our responsibility is to help ourselves, to help one another, but also going back to the idea of capacity, knowing what you have capacity for so that you can then decide when something may be outside of your realm of involvement, and seeing and knowing and recognizing when it's time to step away. But again, you won't know that until you are in relationship with someone else to learn about your own capacity.
Pass the collection plate. You're so right, Elisa. Church. Pass the collection plate.
Teamwork.
Well,
Teamwork here.
Hey, all right now.